Hey, how's it going, guys? Thank y'all so much for tuning in to another video. All right, so you guys already see the title of the video, so you know pretty much what I'm talking about, and it's me speaking of why do I prefer to wholesale locally. Okay, now, disclaimer, just letting you guys know, I do live in Houston. Houston is a great market to wholesale in. I can understand if you're living in like somewhere in California or New York or some of these places to where maybe a little bit more difficult to find deals because of the price points of these areas. But just wanted to put that out there. I do live in Houston and it is a great place to wholesale. And there are times to where other wholesalers from these markets, like in New York or California, they'll virtually wholesale in a market like Houston. So just want to put that out there. All right, so before we get started, go ahead and click the like button so that I know you're liking the content that's in these videos, and also subscribe to the channel so that you're notified of whenever another video is posted. All right, so going into number one. All right, the reason why I prefer to locally wholesale over virtual wholesaling is because you're familiar with the area, right? You know what type of construction is going on in a particular area. You know what part of town is being gentrified. You know what's happening. On your way to go anywhere, you can visually see what's going on, right? And by going to these different networking events that's local, you're able to partner with a lot more people locally. So one, sticking to the first point, you're just familiar with everything because you see it every single day. So that's number one. Number two, you get to meet sellers face to face. All right, now the reason why I love to meet people face to face is because I feel like I'm great with people and I'm great with building rapport. All right, now you can only build so much rapport over the phone. It's a great starting point, but once I'm in your face, I could make you love me, right? So that's what that's what differentiates me between a lot of larger wholesalers or larger real estate investing companies, is because they're just relying on, okay, I'll send someone out to take pictures and I'll analyze it and I'll give you an offer in 24 hours. All right, versus me, I'll go out to your home, you know, dressed up, you know, I wear a button up, really, you know, dressed nice, looking sharp, and I'm building rapport. I'm looking at your photos on the wall. Oh, grandchildren. All right. I'll talk about your grandkids. I see a basketball. Oh, you a big basketball fan? Oh, you like football, hockey? You know what? I've been to a couple hockey games. You know, let me talk to you about that. I can just pick anything and just speak about and build rapport with you. All right. And again, I preset that rapport when I spoke to you on the phone, but once I'm there in front of you, it's a completely different story. It's like whatever you felt before, it's amplified times a million because I'm now in front of you. You feel my energy, I feel your energy, I can see your facial expressions, and I can connect with you a lot more. So number two, face-to-face is another reason why I prefer to wholesale locally. And number three, less logistics, okay? Now, when I say less logistics, when you're virtually wholesaling, there are times to where I would see wholesalers recommend the buyers. They would recommend the sellers take photos of the house. Now, the way that a wholesaler or investor would take pictures is way different than how a homeowner would take pictures, all right? They know how to take the right angle. They know how to hide that crack that's in the corner. They know how to do all this stuff, right? So they'll make this house look as good as possible, or everything will just be like way too close. It's like, well, take a picture of your room and take a picture of the corner. It's like, well, I'm not buying the corner, I'm buying the house. So let me see the house, right? So that's another reason why I feel like overall that's one aspect of the logistics, right? So you'll be able to do everything. You'll be able to speak to them on the phone. You'll be able to go to them in person, build that rapport. You'll be able to take the right photos, and you'll be able to run that inspection, right? Whenever buyers are coming through and taking a look at the house, and you'll be able to make sure that you're running that closing process smoothly. So yes, those are many different steps, But if you're outsourcing that to many different people, there could be issues within that line of, of effort, right? Different people at different points. You're dealing with multiple people. I've personally dealt with someone before who stole a deal from me, and I understand eventually you're going to have to delegate some tasks once business gets to a point to where you can't handle everything yourself, right? You're not going to be able to make offers on the phone if you have 10 appointments, or 5 appointments the next day, right? So it's important that you're able to, I'm getting calls, that's why I'm putting my hand on the phone. It's important that you're able to be able to have control over these logistics. Eventually, you'll be able to outsource these things, but at the beginning, you want to make sure that you're touching those bases so that you have full control over whatever's happening. All right, so just run through those things again. Number one, you're familiar with the area. You know what's going on in that particular city, all right? Number two, you get to meet folks face to face and you get to build a lot of great rapport. All right, number three, less logistics. You're over everything. You got less people to deal with, less people to try to undercut you, less people that'll try to whatever. But do understand, eventually you will have to start delegating things. But at the very beginning, especially if you're new, you do not want to just have a whole bunch of people in the mix, especially when there's no contracts involved. You want to make sure that you're touching everybody. And at least that's what my opinion is. All right, so again, thank y'all so much for watching this video. Go ahead and click the like button so that I know you guys are loving the content that I am providing to you. And also go ahead and subscribe so that you are notified of whenever I am posting another video. With that being said, can't wait for y'all to get y'all first deal. Y'all take care.